The city excels in making the space faith inclusive, where we're able to come and share information as to what faith looks like when it's engaged in the workplace, and just making sure that people are more aware, more informed, so that way we can figure out how best to support individuals.
And that we are a little bit more together than separate. My name is Wilfred Speakes. I serve as the Director of Faith-Based Initiatives and Interfaith Affairs for the City of Philadelphia. I have been with the city for 2 years under the leadership of our Mayor, Sherelle L. Parker.
My name is Quaiser Abdullah. I function as the Director of the Mayor's Office of Muslim Engagement for the City of Philadelphia. I started in March 2024, so we're just under 2 years since I started here in the city.
My job responsibilities, I think it's more in bringing the faith-based and interfaith religions and denominations together as it relates to the city of Philadelphia, bringing the various resources and city-associated services to them, as well as supplies and workforce development programs, things like that.
When it comes to the Mayor's Office of Muslim Engagement, the responsibilities have this focus of bringing the resources of the city of Philadelphia to the Muslim community and bringing the concerns and needs of the Muslim community back to more or less the seat of power, right? City Hall or city government. So all of the resources that we look to bring to the residents of the city of Philadelphia fall under that, right? And all of that is encompassed in this idea of a one Philly, a united city approach.
In the city of Philadelphia, we have some 6,700 religious institutions. So part of my responsibilities, if you will, is to kind of bring those religious groups together, letting them understand other religious groups. We had a group of faith leaders at the Philadelphia Library, providing them resources and getting some understanding about what faith organizations and or religions need as it relates to that service of the Philadelphia Free Library. And one thing we found out is that we have more in common than we have that divides us. So as a part of our office in dealing with the faith leaders, part of my responsibility is to get that word also out to the community and out to the city of Philadelphia.
This is the first time in the history of the city of Philadelphia that we have the Mayor's Office of Muslim Engagement. I think establishing that office symbolizes one of the ways in which the city strives to make this environment a safe, welcoming, and inclusive space for all citizens, all residents of the city of Philadelphia, and all of residents who work here in city government. When we think of why is it important to discuss supporting our colleagues of faith, I want to broaden that a bit, right? Faith is just one aspect of individuals' identities.
I think it's important that we look at that in a way that it supports the employees here in the city of Philadelphia.
One of the ways in which employees feel safe is when they feel like they have hierarchical support as well as lateral support, right? So our peers as well as our managers are the ones who support us, because then that creates a certain level of psychological safety, which we know is one of the high contributing factors to folks feeling empowered, engaged, and able to perform their best in the workplace.
Listen to your employees.
I think I heard one of my colleagues, Director Speakes, say listen, to add on to that. I think when we start asking curious questions, we can start creating more inclusive spaces or more supportive spaces. The conversation about supporting employees of faith, I think is just part of a larger ecosystem of how do we support employees in terms of their general identities that they bring into the workplace to really create a Philadelphia that is, based on the mayor's statement, right? One Philly, a united city.
The faith community in the city of Philadelphia, we are such divided, and a rabbi used the illustration of an open hand, that we are so divided. Whatever that higher being is that we worship, that we pray to, would want us to be a closed fist, more together than separate.
Based on the mayor's statement, right?
One Philly,
a united city. Right. So Ramadan for the Muslim community would start somewhere around the middle of February this year, 2026, so around February 18th and 19th. And it's going to last for 29 or 30 days, ending just around March 19th, give or take, with the Eid, which is Eid al-Fitr, which is commemorates the end of the fasting month. The reason why you hear me using words like around is because the Muslim calendar follows the moon, right? It's a lunar calendar. And when we also talk about Ramadan, one of the things that becomes important is why is it there and how is it practiced or how is it engaged? First and foremost, it is a time of spiritual refinement. So many Muslims during the month of Ramadan, one of the things that they are required to do or they're asked to do is to abstain from food and drink and intimacy with their spouses from dawn, which is about an hour and a half before sunrise, until sunset. So those are the things that they would generally avoid. Where it's said in the Quran, which is the holy book, that fasting has been prescribed for you, as it was prescribed or commanded to those who came before you, so that you may learn or develop a greater sense of God consciousness. So during this 29 or 30 days, many Muslims may strive to do whatever they can do to be more conscious of their Creator, of their relationship with their Creator, to their Creator, and their relationship with other people. Whatever spiritual refinement looks like for them during that time period is what you may often find. That may come in the form of avoiding gossip and avoiding talk. So if they might have been the ones who had the 411 or who had the tea for 29 or 30 days, they may say, hey, I can't give you all of that right now. You may find that they take more time doing more reading of their holy book. They spend more time at night, possibly praying in the mosque or praying at home. They may also pray more during the day. They may choose to dress differently during the day. You may notice changes, and that is perfectly acceptable because, again, the month is a month of spiritual refinement in whatever way they determine it to be. When we have presentations for HR managers, when we have discussions, when we have brown bag lunches and stuff like that, all of these ways are ways in which I think the Philadelphia excels. When a city government is a learning government, or when a department is a learning department, as we see here in the city, that is what allows it to excel, right? Because nothing is as static as we might think it is. It's also important to understand that Muslims are not monolithic. So I'm going to speak specifically about Muslims here. Muslims are not monolithic. The way one Muslim may engage their faith tradition is not the same way another Muslim may engage their faith tradition. Proximity does not amount to expertise. The way one individual has engaged their Islam doesn't mean that another individual, even within the same department, would engage their faith tradition the same way. A space where difference within the workplace is highlighted, difference within the workplace, within reason is embraced. One of the things that my office is doing for the second year in a row, we are hosting an iftar for city employees. Another way that the city is allowing employees to feel like they are part of a system that encourages them to engage their faith. The Office of Human Resources or the Office of the Chief Administrator, I think that's another space where you'll get a lot of resources that are generally applicable to any and all employees here in the city of Philadelphia. Start at phila.gov. Reach out to the folks like myself, like Director Speakes, and anyone else who has information to support constituency engagement inside of the city of Philadelphia. All of these are resources where we can pull information from to make your journey into the workforce in city government, or your continued journey, if you're already an employee of the city of Philadelphia, more supportive, more enriching, and more engaging for you.
And then on Facebook, Faithful. That's Faithphl. Look in and see some of the activities that we have done and some of the upcoming things that we are looking to do.
I just want to thank the Office of Human Resources for initiating this series, or for allowing us to be part of the series, allowing me to be part of this series, because I think, again, this is one of the ways in which we can really help our colleagues and even help ourselves understand what it means to be a part of a city government that truly attempts to meet the residents where they are and provide the services in all of its ways to our residents, internal to city government and external to the wider community.